He killed all those people, the monsters, in this square. That's why this square is so important because it's reminding us freedom. Okay? And you're gonna see the woman here with the hand. It says, Noli mi tangere, a Latin phrase, meaning don't touch me, showing the struggle for freedom back in that time. So that, but you're gonna find this square, but also that one over there, the centenary were built in 1911 in memory of the 100 years of the independence of Cartagena, the Indians. Now you understand. Yes, this one also is so important recently. It's from 1982, but we have in there the International Convention Center of Cartagena. It's where we have congresses, business meetings, but also the beauty contest, Miss Colombia, in that place. Okay? But why is so important recently? Because 2 years ago, we signed the peace agreement with the guerrilla. You know how much we struggle with the guerrilla, with all the drug dealing things in Colombia. So every time we see that place, it reminds us freedom from all these troubles. And from now on, we're gonna make you a question. When you first planning your trip to Colombia and you told to your family and your friends, hey, I'm gonna go to Colombia, what did they say to you? They say, you're gonna die in that place. That place is dangerous. Well, my mission today, or our mission today, is to change that opinion, okay? So now we're gonna start over here, but before we start, you're gonna see 3 neighborhoods. The first one, Getsemani, over there. And how was divided in the colonial times? Can you help me with the map, please? Thank you so much. So here we have Getsemani, this purple part, poor people living in the colonial times. That one over there. And as you're gonna see, this one, being area, all of this used to be watered in the past. Cartagena is an archipelago, a group of islands that were communicated in that moment using bridges. Now we have roads. Okay. Also we have Santa Catalina, wealthy people, the one that we're gonna visit next. Santa Catalina. And also we have the last one named San Diego, middle class people living in the colonial times. The one you're gonna find in that place. Okay? Those were the 3 main neighborhoods back in the colonial times. So now we're gonna continue over here and we're gonna see the most iconic place in the old town, the clock tower. It used to be the main entrance to the city. So my friends, from here, any questions so far? Questions? Everything good? Okay, let's continue. Only 2 entrances. The main entrance was this one over here, and the other one was a chapel, as you can see here. Pay attention to this image, it's really important. And you're gonna see a wooden bridge. This is where we have the lines over there. That wooden bridge was only open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. After that hour you had to pass, you had to pay a tax. Okay? It was the only communications between the rich people and the poor people back in that time. In 1888 by a very famous Cartagenan architect named Luis Felipe Jasper Franco with a 4-face clock and a Gothic style. And the third entrance, the one you're gonna see in that place, is from 1905 to give symmetry to this beautiful monument. So as I mentioned, this used to be the main entrance to the city. But if you enter through that gate over there, you're gonna see something interesting. You're gonna see a plaque that it says Juan Pablo II, John Paul II. Only 2 popes have come to Cartagena. One of them in 1986, John Paul II. Why he came here? In order to ask for the forgiveness of the Inquisition events. The Inquisition events are a very controversial topic here in Cartagena, but it's very interesting. So we're going to talk about that next when we are inside the old town. Wooden balconies, those are from colonial style houses when we were under the Spanish crown. The second architecture is the one you're going to see here, but posterior cement balconies after the independence. Okay, we're talking about the 18th, 19th, and also the 20th century to make it easier for all of you. Yes? But it's so important because this place is where the history begins. And you remember something that in 1492, what happened? 1492. Who came or who discovered what? Christopher Columbus, I hear.
Columbus.
Yes, Christopher Columbus. Well, the one that says Christopher Columbus, attend for that person. Okay, Christopher Columbus. It's so important because with him also starts the Spanish conquest. 1501, the first explorer coming here to Cartagena de Indias, named Rodrigo de Bastidas. He saw some troubles, the lack of fresh water, the heat, the mosquitoes. He was too picky, by the way. He decided to leave, but when he was leaving, he saw indigenous tribes, one of them and the biggest one named Calamari. Calamari means crab. And when he was leaving, he decided to name this area, the first name, San Sebastián de Calamari. San Sebastián in honor to the patron of the conquerors, and Calamari in honor to the indigenous tribe. So remember, the first name wasn't Cartagena de Indias, it was San Sebastián of Calamari. Some years later, he decided to came back again, 1525, and he founded the first area in Colombia, Santa Marta. The second city, Cartagena de Indias, 1533. But going back here, San Sebastián de Calamari, another explorer came in. This time he was less picky and he went deeper in the zone. Okay? He went deeper in the zone and he found a place so important named Galera Samba. Again, indigenous tribes. But in that tribe he saw an indigenous girl. She was about 9 to 11 years old. And you know what? He took this girl with him to Spain, like kidnapping. At that moment, he started to get to know her and she was crying, obviously because she has been taken. But the name of that girl, remember my friends, it was Sirex. Her name was Sirex because at the end of the tour, remember at the end of the tour you're going to be tested. You look like a student for me. The real student here, it's me today. So Sirex, when she was in Spain, she started to show herself in the mirror. I'm not from here. I'm not from Spain. I want to know about my roots. So she made a deal with Spain, especially with that man that you're gonna see in that statue. Her indigenous name was. So Catalina, I know that you're very famous, but I'm gonna make a deal with you. I'm gonna take you to your home place, but in exchange, you're gonna serve me as a translator. Do we have a deal? Deal. Let's go back to at that moment, San Sebastián de Catalina. Which year? San Sebastián de Calamari. Which year? 1533. He came, and also the first person to come off of the ship was India Catalina, with the indigenous clothing. At that time, all the indigenous living here in San Sebastián de Calamari, they were ready with the bows and arrows, ready to shoot. And Catalina said, please, don't kill us. Remember that I'm Sirex from this tribe. Don't kill us. And they start to say, no. Sirex is dead. You are just an imposter. We are going to kill you. And when they were about to shoot, she showed a scar in the right buttock, proving that she was a member of that tribe. And they were all amazed because they found a lost member of the community. But they start to say, well, what about them? About that big strange ship? Who are them? Catalina said, they are my friends. So if they are your friends, they are our friends too. So that's how this man, Pedro de Heredia, first entered to this place. For some people he's good, for some people he's bad. But he entered to the city based on lies. Immediately he decided to change the name by the name that we have now. What is the name? Cartagena de Indias. Why do we have that name? Cartagena because it looks similar to Cartagena de Levante in Spain, and the Indians because they thought that they discovered Las Indias, the indigenous. That was the reason. So Pedro de Heredia, and for a moment, I'm going to make this question. What do you think that the Spaniards were looking for here in this place? What do you think they were looking for? The gold, the treasures.
Gold.
That's the reason. And this man starts to get to know all of them, and he realized that all treasures were inside the tombs. So he opened the tombs, and he found all the treasures. He took the treasure with him. He betrayed Catalina, the indigenous tribes, but also the king in Spain. Why? Because he didn't send any kind of report of this robbery to the king in Spain. So when the king in Spain starts to get to know about this, okay, Pedro, nobody robs me. You're gonna go back to Spain, but also all the treasures with you. Nothing left in Cartagena at that moment. And you know what happened? When he was getting close to Spain, the ship sank, all the treasures got lost in the sea, and he died. So when Catalina heard this, okay, at least justice for this bad man. what happened next? Okay, Catalina came back here, seated, the indigenous woman at that moment. Well, I'm gonna save that history for later because I need to create expectation, my friends. Okay? But about this place, you're gonna see all these arches. We have the portals of the candies. So important because in there you're gonna find candies from coconut, sugarcane, green papaya, among others. Really nice, by the way. And it's something that we inherit from our descendants. Also, as I mentioned, we're gonna give you some benefits with at the end of the tour with a free tour placement. One of those benefits is with this Juan Valdez Cafe over there. You're gonna have a very, very small discount in that one. Third one coming here to Cartagena de Indias, and it's really, really important in the next stop in that square over there. So do you have any questions?